I spent the entire week preparing for that dinner, booked her favorite restaurant, picked up a small bouquet of lilies she adored, and bought a gift I'd been saving up for. I wanted that night to remind us of what we once were, back when laughter hadn't been replaced by arguments. When she walked in, radiant in a red dress and heels clicking softly against the marble floor, she looked breathtaking. But she didn't smile, didn't say thank you. Instead, she tossed her purse onto the table and said casually, "Oh, by the way, my ex is joining us tonight. If you're going to get jealous, you can leave." She said with a smirk, as if my feelings were just another accessory she could toy with. Her friends, sitting nearby, looked at me expectantly, waiting for drama, maybe an argument, maybe a scene. But I said nothing. Keeping my voice steady, I asked, "Why would you invite him tonight?" She rolled her eyes, tapping her nails against the table. "Don't be dramatic. If you're confident in us, it shouldn't bother you." Those words didn't sting because of what they meant. They hurt because of how effortlessly she said them. No empathy, no hesitation. She knew it would wound me and did it anyway. Moments later, her phone buzzed. She looked down, smiled, the kind of smile that used to belong to me. "He'll be here in 10 minutes, she said brightly, as if that were the highlight of the evening. Something inside me went still. Not angry, not jealous, just done, like a switch had flipped off for good. I stood, pushed my chair back, and said calmly, "You're right, I'll leave." At first, she laughed, assuming I was bluffing. "Oh, come on, don't be childish," she said with a scoff. Her friends whispered to one another. One even giggled. But I'd already made my decision. Without another word, I paid the bill, placed a receipt neatly in front of her, and looked at her one last time. "Enjoy your dinner," I said simply. No anger, no accusation, just quiet finality. She stared at me, stunned, as if she couldn't believe the puppet had just cut its own strings. I walked out of that restaurant, past the low lights and soft jazz, feeling something I hadn't felt in months. Freedom, bittersweet, but freeing all the same. In my car, I sat for a moment with my hands on the steering wheel. I thought I might feel regret or envy, but instead, there was peace. The kind that arrives when you finally stop begging to be seen by someone who refuses to look. I turned off my phone, not to ignore her, but to protect myself from whatever excuses or guilt would follow. As I drove home, the city lights streaked past my windshield, blurring like reminders that life still existed beyond her. Hours passed. Near midnight, when I finally turned my phone back on, it lit up with a call. Not from her, but from her best friend, Emily. Her voice trembled as she spoke, the background filled with faint music and clinking glasses. "Hey, I know tonight was rough," she said softly, "but you should know something." My stomach tightened. "What is it?" I asked. Emily hesitated before saying, "She didn't invite her ex to hurt you. She thought making you jealous would prove you still cared." My jaw clenched. That wasn't love. That was manipulation. But Emily wasn't finished. Her tone dropped lower. Her plan backfired. Her ex showed up with his fiancé. He wanted to tell her in person that he was getting married. Everything suddenly made sense. I sat there in silence, letting it sink in. When she heard, Emily continued quietly. She froze. Tried to laugh it off, but couldn't. She went outside and started crying. "She called you, but your phone was off." She kept saying, "Why did he actually leave?" Emily paused before adding, "She messed up, and now she finally knows what losing you feels like." For a long moment, I said nothing. I didn't know if I felt pity for her or relief for myself. Then Emily whispered, "She still loves you, you know. She just didn't know how to show it without breaking things first." I sighed. "Tell her I'm okay," I said quietly. "But I need time." It was the only honest answer I could give. The next morning, my phone looked like a war zone. Missed calls, long messages, voice notes thick with tears and apologies. But I didn't respond. Not to punish her, but because sometimes healing needs silence. Eventually, she showed up at my doorstep, eyes swollen, makeup smudged, her voice cracking as she said, "Can we talk?" And for the first time, I didn't automatically say yes. standing in the doorway. I looked at her and said gently, "Respect isn't something you remember after crossing the line. It's something you get before you do." She dropped her gaze, tears streaming down as she whispered, "I'm sorry." I nodded but didn't step aside. Not yet. Maybe someday forgiveness will come. Maybe not. But that night taught both of us something important. Love isn't proven through jealousy. It's proven through respect. And the moment respect disappears, love starts packing its bags.